In the serene backdrop of Hawaii, a hiking trip between two professionals, a distinguished anesthesiologist and a brilliant nuclear engineer, turned into a harrowing tale of alleged attempted murder. The intricate case captivated national attention, revealing secrets that entwine professional prestige with deceit. What hidden motives could underlie such a dramatic turn of events? Join the story that transcends the boundaries of trust and treachery, shedding light on a case that questions the very essence of friendship itself. Welcome to Court Decoded. Today, the spotlight falls on a case that traverses perfect paradise and perilous accusations. When a hiking trip in Hawaii turns into an alleged attempted murder involving an anesthesiologist and a nuclear engineer, the boundaries of trust are put to the test. Join as the narrative unfolds, revealing shocking details and legal intricacies that could redefine two respected lives forever. Dr. Mark Harris, a respected anesthesiologist, and Susan Clark, a nuclear engineer with a celebrated career, met through mutual professional circles. Their shared interest in outdoor activities led to a planned hiking trip in the lush, isolated trails of Hawaii. While both were recognized for their intelligence and professional acumen, whispers of underlying tensions surfaced. These, however, were dismissed as mere workplace gossip. Mark appeared as a meticulous planner, often taking charge in organizing their adventures. Susan, on the other hand, exhibited a carefree yet focused demeanor, contrasting yet complementing Mark's style. What seemed like a typical professional camaraderie was preparing to transition into something unsuspectingly sinister. Friends and colleagues assumed their bond was a product of genuine mutual admiration. Yet the reality was layered with complexities. This story sets the stage for an unravelment of events where personal motives intermixed with professional competition, leading to accusations that would shatter any prior illusions of trust. As they ventured into Hawaii's picturesque but unforgiving scenery, no one anticipated how these personal dynamics would play a pivotal role in a potential crime that defied the ordinary boundaries of friendship. The scenic Waimea Valley offered more than just a peaceful retreat. It became the focal point of controversy and speculation. Dr. Harris and Susan set out for what appeared to be another one of their invigorating treks. However, suspicions arose post-hike, hinting at a calculated plot. Allegations claimed that the hiking trip was a meticulously planned cover under the guise of leisure, masking an intended and malevolent act. The prosecution proposed that the route taken by Harris was less about admiration for nature and more about seeking isolation and opportunity. Pinned between passion for adventure and potential premeditation, Harris's intentions were dissected. Analysis highlighted communication patterns between Harris and Clark prior to the hike, extracted from digital footprints, emails, messages, and private conversations, suggesting premeditation. Key was an uncharacteristic purchase Harris made prior to the trip, raising eyebrows and questions alike. Was it a coincidental transaction or something foreboding? This scene sets not just a physical location, but a thematic outset of peril versus innocence, interwoven with meticulous claims, each pulling at the thread of Harris's established character and the suspense of an unresolved narrative lurking beyond the Hawaiian paradise. As the duo ascended the winding path surrounded by dense tropical foliage, the ambiance shifted. Witnesses later described an eerie silence that day, when typically the trail echoed with enthusiastic banter of hikers. Events took a sharp turn when it was alleged Susan suddenly lost her balance near a notorious cliff edge. Accusations suggest Harris's actions may not have been incidental in the precarious fall. As rescuers and investigators arrived, conflicting stories emerged. Susan alleged that a brief argument escalated, claiming Harris intentionally nudged her, exploiting the bystander's absence. Evidence was critically examined. Forensics assessed wear on clothing, indentations on the ground, and examined the vegetation for signs of disturbance, piecing together a sensible scene of plausible push or mere accident. Meanwhile, Harris maintained his stance of innocence, emphasizing a dedication to safety habits and concern for key physical health being at the forefront always. Eyewitnesses, few but crucial, provided fragmented observations that sowed confusion more than clarity. This intense scene captures the trial's dominating question: was this incident amidst nature's beauty an act of malice, or a tragic stumble in an undemanding hike? In criminal trials, evidence constitutes the crux of proving or disproving claims. In this particular case, forensic evidence carried immense weight in determining whether the alleged act was intentional or accidental. Forensic analysts meticulously examined the scene, cataloging every possible clue, from the angle of potential nudges to the force required for someone to lose balance unintentionally. Textual exchanges between Harris and Clark, found on electronic devices, unveiled surprising layers to their relationship. Conversations, seemingly benign when viewed in hindsight, aroused suspicion. Scrutinized financial transactions, spotting an unusual purchase attributed to Harris right before the trip. The prosecution suggested it was a foretelling artifact crucial to their hypothesis of premeditated intent. Furthermore, an analysis of wearable devices provided vital information about step counts and vital signs, which could reflect levels of activity and stress during those critical moments. In trials where physical evidence intertwines with technology, forensic expertise can help disambiguate theories from facts, determining crucial fault lines between innocent mistakes or orchestrated actions. This evidence labyrinthine strives for clarity, a vital feature in navigating the courtroom's complex realm where proof or lack thereof governs the pursuit of justice. The defense embarked on a formidable journey, striving to uphold Dr. Harris's reputation and dispute grave allegations. An esteemed anesthesiologist faced public scrutiny unimaginable in previous academic or professional circles. His legal team endeavored beyond typical strategies, leveraging character references and history, showcasing a man purportedly driven by integrity and care. They aimed to dismantle the prosecution's narrative by examining each piece of evidence vigorously, seeking alternate interpretations that supported Harris's innocence. The defense dissected the prosecution's theory of premeditation, questioning the plausibility and motivation. They presented the purchase in question as a mundane transaction, one of necessity rather than malevolent intent. Attempting a narrative transformation, presenting Harris as a victim of circumstance and misinterpretation in high-stakes situations. In court, spotlight fell on expert witnesses countering the prosecution's forensic interpretations, challenging the strength and implications of claims made regarding digital, physical, and circumstantial evidence. This scene underscores a balance act faced in legal defense, preserving a client's integrity amidst incriminating allegations while unraveling narratives built around ambiguity and circumstantial puzzles, inevitably shaping how justice and public perception intertwine. Shaping its argument, the prosecution sought to capture the essence of intent, a challenging yet pivotal element in legal scenarios. Their endeavor demanded meticulous crafting around circumstantial evidence to portray Harris not just as someone coincidentally involved, but as the mastermind behind an insidious plot to commit harm under deceptive facades. Key witnesses were summoned, portraying Harris as a man with concealed ambition and potential conflicts of interest. Emphasis fell on communications and seemingly irrelevant details which, when linked, wove a tapestry suggesting calculated foresight. The prosecution scrutinized alibis and extracted contextual meanings often invisible to casual observation, working from indirect means to postulate a web suggesting sinister intent. They analyzed the geological and biological reports, correlating site descriptions of the incident with their hypothesis. By employing strategic legal rhetoric, constructing methodical chronologies supported by testimonial and forensic evidence, the prosecution aimed to draw jurors' inference towards probable criminal intent. This courtroom scene accentuates the elaborate strategy where every woven detail aims to tip the scales of justice towards proving premeditated malevolence wrapped in deliberate deception within personal interactions. In complex legal battles, expert testimonies often play a crucial role in interpreting technical evidence and influencing judicial outcomes. For this case, experts were summoned to unweave a tapestry of contention surrounding technological and forensic interpretations. On one side, medical experts evaluated Harris's professional demeanor, characterizing his actions under stress and how his medical experience impacts decision-making in emergencies. On another front, forensic analysts focused on the digital records, conversations, searches, and transactions, realigning their interpretations in light of nuanced findings. Geotechnical professionals assess trail conditions, examining the feasibility of narratives from both parties given the trail's physical attributes and human biomechanics. Those tasked with understanding technological evidence unraveled data from wearables suggesting interpretations, either reinforcing premeditative intentions or supporting accidental narratives. In courtrooms, where facts clash with subjective interpretation, expert testimonies bear the burden of both enlightening and complicating. This scene emphasizes the intersection of professional insight and legal analysis, integral for disambiguating realities amidst complex narratives and aligning the judicial compass towards the truth. As courtroom proceedings reached their crescendo, the fate of Dr. Harris teetered on the precipice of legal judgment and public opinion. The jury, entrusted with dissecting intricate evidences and motives, engaged in thoughtful deliberation. Sequestered in private rooms, they faced a dichotomy of innocence versus guilt, weighing testimonies, technological validations, and character dissections. Inside the courtroom's walls, final arguments summarized the essence of prosecution's firm narrative and defense's rebuttal, culminating in an impactful closure to a riveting case. Concurrently, media outlets buzzed with public intrigue, perception pivoting on court presentations and spectator interpretations. Public sentiment swayed with each revelation, captivating a broader audience invested in the trial's unfolding. The dichotomy presented, a respected anesthesiologist or a potential criminal, became moral conundrums reflecting broader societal themes on trust, profession, and justice. In this scene, understand the culmination of legal processes, how layers of fact management, expert interpretation, and moral evaluation coalesced to script a verdict upon lives intertwined across circumstances fragilely balanced on the scales of justice. The jury returned to a hushed courtroom as anticipation gripped the air. Dr. Harris stood accused in a case riddled with conjecture and potential malice camouflage. Deliberations revealed conflicting interpretations, but ultimately, the deciding narrative revolved around whether indisputable evidence of intent existed. The verdict handed down by the jury acquitted Harris of the charges, finding no conclusive logic verifying premeditated intent beyond reasonable doubt. While justice legally absolved him, the trial left lingering societal debates on trust, reputation, and professional integrity amidst ambiguous truths. The outcome underscores a key legal tenet, innocent until proven guilty, a principle designed to safeguard justice against assumption's weight. Yet, as Harris walked free, public entrenched in skeptical discourse grappled with moral evaluations contrasting with courtroom outcomes. This case intricately depicts challenging dynamics within legal systems, proving intent, the complexity of nuanced narratives, and society's reflective lens on how justice, truth, and perception collide in our quest for moral balance. Thank you for joining Court Decoded in unraveling this complex case. Remember to subscribe for more intricate legal stories where we delve deep into courtroom drama and justice battles. Comment your thoughts on this case, how it made you question trust and legal parameters. Like and share to invite others into this captivating discourse, and we'll continue providing insightful narratives.